Hello, hello, and welcome to the Games Insider Conversations That Matter, a special mini podcast series brought to you by Vault Productions in collaboration with WCMC FM 99.9 HD4. We're honored to welcome Pierre Corbinais, the writer of Wednesdays, to the Games Insider today. Pierre, thank you for joining us and for creating a work that has sparked such meaningful and necessary conversations within the gaming community. Today, as part of our 2026 IGF Awards nomination spotlight, we're discussing a game that dares to be gentle while addressing one of the most difficult subjects imaginable. Wednesdays, co-produced by ARTE France, The Pixel Hunt, and Pierre Corbinais, is part interactive comic, part management game, and entirely human. Let's dive into what makes Wednesdays stand out at the Independent Games Festival 2026. Wednesdays tackles the concept and the subject of childhood abuse without showing explicit scenes and without leaning into darkness. Pierre, what gave you the confidence to approach such a sensitive subject with restraint, warmth, and even lightness?
Well, of course, I'm a victim of incest and child sexual abuse myself. I'm a survivor myself. You generally don't get into that topic without being touched by it somehow. So yeah, it's because I was a survivor, and some of the people on the team too, that we wanted to make a game that would tackle this topic, which is, as you said, one of the most difficult topic imaginable. So we, in order for people to actually want to play such a game, we had to think about how to present it, how to make it less dark than one can imagine. We hired Xavier, a comic artist, to make colorful and soft graphics. We chose from the beginning to avoid any representation of rape or anything. It's not even suggested in the game. The game is about that. But it's not about the awful stuff. It's about growing up, healing. We wanted to convey a message of hope for the other victims, the other survivors, I guess, and but also raise questions and bring that topic into existence, into public debate. I don't know.
Thank you for sharing that. And I definitely understand that, you know, you want people to also want to play the game still, so it does make sense. Um, no, the game does unfold through fragmented memories, unlocked in non-linear ways with multiple perspectives. So why was it important for you to let players piece together Tim's story on their own order rather than guiding them through a fixed narrative path?
There are several reasons for that. The first one is I kind of like personally fragmented narrations. I love games like Her Story, Telling Lies, these games where you get different parts of the story not in chronological order and have to walk your way through the story. I like that. But in the case of Wednesdays, the goal was also to show how traumatic amnesia works. It's something quite common in uh, when you've been abused.
Victims of
Yeah, it's you forget everything that happened, and then you get sometimes memories. You don't know where it was, when it was. You can't really figure out in what order stuff happened. So yeah, that's we wanted to make the players feel that kind of confusion from memories coming up in different order. Um, and yeah, also it allowed the game to be played differently by different people. So different players will have different experience of the game and will be able to talk about it, to share their different experience of the game. And the whole idea of the game is about talking. It's like the the main point of the game is we should talk more, and anything that could encourage more talking among the players was something good for us.
Nice. I understand. So it invites discussion and it's also kind of
Thank you.
realistic. Um it has that sort of realistic feeling of when you go through a situation like this, you do tend to forget or repress memories as well. Actually, Vault Studios' own game, The Dark Arrival, which is coming up, I think, this holiday season, does have sort of these repressed memories and like unlocking what happened in the past in order to fix what's happening in the present. So we definitely understand that.
I will need to check that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about Orco Park now. So the theme park management minigame, playful, colorful, nostalgic. It's almost like at odds with the core subject. But what does it represent emotionally? How does managing that park mirror the way we compartmentalize trauma in real life?
Um, I wanted some scene of Wednesdays can be quite difficult emotionally, uh, and we wanted to give the players a way uh, to chill a bit after a difficult memory, to relax, to think about what just happened, and maybe gather some strengths for the next one. We wanted a place that felt like a safe place somehow. And that's why we added this park, this minigame. Of course, it was never meant to be a real management game, but we just my goal was okay, we just need to make this park management game fun enough for the players to spend 30 seconds in it. Like if you can have fun for 30 seconds in the park between two memories, that's good. That's just the time you need to gather your thought and to
Breather.
yeah, to take
Yeah.
a breather. And why a park exactly? This idea of park management game is linked to my own memories. Theme Park is one of the first video game I played. I have fond memories of it, and uh, my it was around the same time I was abused, so it's connected in my head somehow. I know Chris, our programmer, who is a survivor too. Um, was kind of saved by a video game. That's his words. In his childhood, if he had no video games to escape, he didn't know what he would have become. And yeah, so that's why the inclusion of this video game in the in the video game felt really important to us. I think it's, of course, generational. We are the generation who grew up with games. But yeah, to us, if you ask us what was childhood like, it was video games. So that's
Yeah.
that's
Well,
that's
everything's
really
like really thought out and like there's lots of drawing inspiration from real life and past experiences. I feel like that's something that really adds heart into a game. Well,
we tried.
yeah. So the game does blend two very different visual styles, those indie comics that are very poetic, and then the 90s inspired pixel art gameplay for the management. How did this like dual art direction help you balance the emotional heaviness with accessibility and comfort for the player?
um, the first one, the memories are drawn by Exaeva, comic artist, and I wanted to work with her from the beginning for the graphics. And initially, I didn't plan to have a pixel art for the park. I wanted another comic artist to draw the park. But Exaeva told me that it would be better if we used pixel art because two different comic artists could clash. But if you take two media that already clash, it's actually easier to make them work together. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense,
It makes
but
sense to me.
she was the art director, so I just I just follow her advice. Um, yeah, the two art style work together, but they are not opposite in a way. They're opposite in the media, high definition and pixel art, but both of them use um, very colorful, very sweet color palettes. Um, um, I don't know, they're both very kind, I guess. I don't know if you could say graphics are kind, but that's the goal, I guess. Um, it's yeah. I don't really know. I let them cook. I let the artists do their thing, and they did a great job. It really works together, and everything seems connected somehow.
Yeah. Nice. Well, Wednesdays is designed. I know you want it for everybody to be able to play, gamers, non-gamers, people with
Yeah.
disabilities alike. How did accessibility shape your design decisions, especially, considering emotional vulnerability of the audience?
Um, Yeah, it shaped the game from the beginning because from the beginning I wanted that. I wanted the game to be the most accessible possible, so accessible for people with disabilities, of course, but as you said, for non-gamers. So from the start, I decided the game would be very simple and would have only one interaction, which is picking the speech bubbles. And um, I had to find lots of ways to create interesting narrative design using this little brick of gameplay. Um, Arte helped a lot for the accessibility too. And we worked with Game Accessibility Hub, which is companies focused on that. Um, It's yeah, it shaped maybe the idea of the game initially, but then we just um, I don't know did the work to make to give all the options to make a yeah to give a lot of options to the players. Mm, and yes, sorry, you asked about the content warnings. That's part of the accessibility, of course, and we did not want our game to be hurtful, obviously. We did not make this game for the victims, for the survivors, but we clearly wanted them to be able to play the game and to know that they are not alone, that they are seen. And yes, we built this intricate, complex content warning system with different level, and the content warning is sometimes actually intra-diegetic. So it's not just you have the content warning at the beginning, you can click content warning and that's it. The game reminds you regularly that you can check the content warnings, show you how you can do it. So people who don't want to spoil the game can still access to content warnings. We have little signs for each memories telling you if it's going to be a tough one or an easy one. So you can just prepare. You don't have to look at the content warning. You can if you want, but just okay. This scene, don't stress. Just enjoy it. Oh, okay. This one, brace yourself for this one. Um, this comes from playtests, of course. We had a lot of playtests for the game. 1 month in the creation of the game, we already had playtests. We had playtests from the beginning, including playtests by other survivors to adjust early what we should do. And something that I noticed sometime during the playtest is players being really tensed while playing the game, while playing a scene of the game, a lot of tension, and the scene is fun, and there are jokes in it, and they don't laugh because they are super tense because they are, oh, I know this game is about abuse, so what will happen now? And I wanted to shout, no, this is okay. This scene is cool. Nothing will happen. You can laugh, you can enjoy, and
Yeah.
that's basically what I ended up doing in the game. say, okay, so my goal wasn't to say, wasn't that much to say, okay, this one will be tough. It was to say, this one is cool. Just enjoy. Allow
Let them
yourself
know when they
to
can
smile.
relax.
Yeah.
Nice. And that's something I feel like a lot of survivors need in general in their lives, not just in games. They need to know when they can relax and they don't have to have their guard up, right? So you can definitely see where, experience from the dev team has affected how they, it's very audience first. You're very much in tune with making sure your audience is going to be having the experience that they should. It's really nice. Let's talk about impact beyond the screen, though. So many players and creators see Wednesdays not just as a game, but as a conversation starter. And I know you did say you want a lot of discussion to come out of this. What kind of impact do you hope the game has, especially for people who might see parts of their own story reflected in Tim's memories?
Uh, well, we already had hundreds of messages telling us how the game from th messages from survivors telling us how the game helped them in one way or another, telling us they felt seen by the game, that sometimes for the first time. Um, some people told us this game encouraged them to speak or to seek help. It's been really moving. Actually, we really had dozens of emails, but also hundreds of Steam reviews along these lines, comments on social media. Um, I saw I saw people talking about these topics in streams, on Twitch or anything like in the chat with the streamer. I saw discussions in Discords about the topic. We were invited on stage for Video Game Festival to talk about the game, but that allowed us to talk about incest and child sexual abuse. And we that's what we wanted. That's even better than what we could have hoped, I guess. It worked. We totally did it. We totally created conversations and helped other survivors.
Amazing. Congratulations. I'm glad you sort of achieved what you wanted with it. So you did say it's on Steam, and is it also, I think, itch.io?
Yes,
Great.
yes,
So it's
Steam and
available there
HIO
now.
for $10 or €10.
Nice. Okay, so thank you so much. And well, Wednesdays does remind us that the hardest stories don't always need loud voices. Sometimes they just need to be heard. Representation really does matter in helping people, either process this, discuss it with others, or, coming out themselves about it. But by choosing empathy over spectacle and hope over despair, this game expands what interactive storytelling can achieve and why it matters at platforms like the Independent Games Festival. Thank you for joining us on Conversations That Matter, a special IGF 2026 miniseries by Volt Productions and WCMC FM 99.9 HD4. Until next time, keep playing, keep listening, and keep telling stories that matter. Thank you, Pierre. Signing off.
Thank you very much.